Then of course we have some crazy moves again. Oh,
Yeah,
but
I mean, so just on Nasdaq and S&P themselves,
yes.
basically, what we highlighted last week was the 10-year yield drop below its 50-day, and when we've seen that, we've tended to see the S&P go into a trending phase, an uptrending phase, that is.
Oh,
So what we've seen, and with the Nvidia results, it basically reinforces that the breakout to new highs should see further follow through, basically. So
for Nvidia,
if we
right?
go to the live, well, the S&P is at a new high. The point is, from a macro side,
Yep.
the rollover in the 10-year yield is important, and when we've seen the 10-year yield break below the 50-day, which is
Mm.
marked by these blue vertical lines, we've tended to see an uptrend develop in the S&P. That this was the smallest gain in the shortest period of time. It was 2 months for a 10%, but it was actually an 11% gain.
Yep.
This was
Yep.
an 8-month period for a 13% gain. This was over 20% over a 7-month period.
Uh,
So,
do you have
you know,
the 10-year plotted anywhere? Just so I
do I have
understand
the,
where it can go to, because one of my new strategy right now is to wait medtech and tools actually both, and then XBI of course. Yeah.
I mean, so this is the 10-year yield, as I say, below the 50-day. So, the
Okay, okay.
50-day had been
But it's
acting as
close to the
support,
200.
and that's what
Yeah.
yes, but the 50-day has been where you've seen the equity market react to it more so than the 200-day.
Oh, right. I see. I see. So that you look at historical sensitivity, right? To which line it is.
Well, I'm just looking at, and this behavior changes over time, but over the past 24 months,
Yeah.
yields have been important, and where you've got the risk on is that you get yields rolling back.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Very helpful. Okay. Then yeah, then maybe I'll start with the XLV and XBI, please. Thank you.
Uh, I guess you want to do XLV first. That's
Yes.
XPI. So, the breakout from the old range that you had between 22 and 23, that's still intact. In
Mm.
April, we did retest the upper boundary of that range, which is acting as support. Since
Yep.
then, we've rallied, we've moved back above the 50-day, and we haven't broken above the highs that you made in February nor March.
Mm.
And that's what we need to sort of clear. It currently sits at 148.
Yeah.
Maybe we stay in this range for a bit longer, but the point from a longer term side, the
Let's go to
breakout that you saw in
153.
January was important.
Yeah.
And ultimately that gets you an upside target of 163, right?
Ah, okay. Got it. That's awesome. Okay. That's
So
actually
longer term side is
what does the RSI
constructive,
say?
and
Sorry, what does the RSI say?
not too much. I mean, we haven't broken out to new highs. We haven't made so there's no divergences, and the RSI has been rising with price here.
I see.
So there's
Got
no
it.
slowing upside. There's potential that you could break out, but even if there is the risk of being range bound here for a bit longer. Do I have any high conviction views of that on the chart? There's nothing really meaningful there right now to, I think, make a high conviction trade. And the strongest feature is the breakout in January that, on a longer term side, gives you 163 on the upside.
Okay, good. Thank you. XBI.
So XBI, outside of that attempt to break out in March, we're still back in the old trading range, which is formed below 95, 96. And what has acted as support has been the 200-day. So no clear breakout at this stage, more of a ranging action. And if you look at it relative to HLV, that's this chart here, it has been choppy
Yes.
around its 200-day. So you're not getting any sort of clear trending behavior just yet. I mean, from a longer term side, it does look like XBR is trying to base out relative to healthcare.
Yeah.
But I think you only really get that true breakout in relative terms when XBR itself, in absolute terms, can break out to break out above its upper boundary. Yep.
Okay, got it. That's very helpful. Thank you. Oh, before we go, because I was going to look at IHI, right? But can we look at IHI and Russell 2000? The two are very related. IHI, sorry, not IHH, IHI.
It's a stock or is it an index?
It's an ETF. It's the MedTech index.
Right.
This thing supposedly, I saw a correlation with the Russell yesterday.
I mean, quite similar to IIB. I mean, we tried a breakout in March, couldn't hold that breakout. The 200-day has been support where you've been consolidating above the 200-day but below the upper boundary.
Mm.
And I guess just for comparison's sake, if you the green line there is
quite similar, right? Yeah.
the Russell 2000.
Oh, but Russell's done better
Which
than,
is,
yeah.
Yeah, in relative terms, but if you look at Russell in absolute terms, you're also in this trading range setup.
Mm.
So you can see since the 2022 lows, we try to break out also in March.
Mm. But is your view on both of them, because they're quite similar, right? Is it more like a positive or constructive or not? It's actually pulling back or
So,
upper end of the trading range, right? Yeah.
well, there's two things. There's a short-term side, which is very much choppy trading range, right?
Yes.
There's the longer-term side that suggests that, both IHI and Russell 2000 have
Breaking out.
formed these major basing attempts.
Yes.
So obviously, we need to see follow through to the upside. But the problem is this range that you've had year to date can continue for the rest of the year, right? What is constructive is the fact that while this volatility remains in place, is that you're holding above the 200-day and in this trading range.
Yeah. Okay.
So
very
basically
helpful.
a higher range than what we've seen before and higher lows than what we've seen in 2023 as well as 22.
All right. I see. Got it. Okay. Then maybe, right, since we're at this, I'm just going to ask you for two more index, okay? It's called Topics. TPPREC. This is an index, right? TPPREC.
So TTPREC
C index. Yeah. This is actually where all the medtech names are kept. Oh, doesn't work.
Let me just, I think it's probably TPN.
Yeah, no, I'm
Is this
looking
a
at it.
topics index, right?
Yeah, this is I'm
Is
looking
this
at Bloomberg
topics?
ticker. Yeah. Or TPPHRM. These are the two, right? The pharma index and the precision instruments index. So the two. Oh, no, I'm sure this is the right ticker. It's just that
It's just got one
Yeah.
TTPP.
Is it because it's not traded? It's an index.
No, it's it just had two. I had two
Yeah.
T's here, not two P's. It's two P's, so it's
Oh,
TPP.
yeah. That's
Yep.
that's correct. That's
Yep.
great.
Yep, that's all. No.
Very helpful.
I mean, just a few things. Obviously, the
Mm,
old highs that you made in 21, that's where there has been some
resistance.
hesitation. But
Yeah.
the other thing is, you did have this lower trading range and you did break out in December.
Yeah.
And, that old resistance area has turned into support, which now includes the 200-day. And we're basically holding in this higher range. You can see the retest of the highs basically came with slightly slower momentum.
Divergence. Yeah.
So it does suggest that we probably spend a bit more time consolidating in this range. But ultimately, this range should be seen as a platform for, another break to the upside. But in the near term, it's not set because of that momentum profile. You're not set for an imminent breakout.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Got it. That's very helpful. Because I was the IHH and these are brothers, right? One in the US, one here. Okay. Then TPPHRM. HRM. Oh, it's taking a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's so slow. We've got too many charts loaded.
HRM.
It was a TTP.
H. Yeah, two P's. HRM. Farm. Yeah.
Let's see if it loads in this format. So I'm a pretty distinct trading range.
Also like
So,
Japan. Yeah.
I mean, again, it is a slightly higher trading range than what you had from 2020 to, late 2022.
Yeah.
That's you made a slightly higher range, but it is still a clear range that you've seen develop.
And this momentum looks worse.
Well, again, I mean, both suggest that momentum in this recent rebound has been slower, leaving it in the current trading range.
I see. Is this likely to trail downwards? I know that's 50 days, but it doesn't say anything, right? It can go anywhere.
Well,
But
I mean,
more likely
contest the
downwards.
200-day and bounce off it. Is it a great risk reward trade here? No, but if you get some trending stocks, it's probably a funding short.
Got it. Okay. No, this is just for a sentiment of whether I should be even in Japan Pharma at all. Yeah. Okay, very helpful. But since we're in Japan, right? Maybe we start with that. Daiichi, yeah, 4568. Thank you.
So not too much change from yesterday in that we still got that divergence. I'll just get rid of these markings here. So remember the upside target there, that 5,700.
Yeah.
We just fell just short of that. And then you do have the small divergence that's developed there. So some kind of pause and sort of holding pattern. The old resistance zone should act as support. So, trading range between this 5,500 and 5,700,
700. Yeah.
being a range here. The longer term breakout from the 2022 to 2024 trading range still has an unmet
6,500.
upside target, which is around 6,500. But in the near term, you have lost some upside momentum, implying a bit of a pause and consolidation.
Got it. Okay. 4519.
Looks like we're getting that third divergence here. Retesting. So, I mean, if it closes where it is today, that'll be a close lower than the close that you had in May, as well as April. And again, the RSI is still at a higher level.
And if
So
it doesn't,
it would
if it
lead
doesn't close at the lows, I don't think it will. It's ridiculous. But does that mean it's set up for a bounce? That's the more important question.
Well, either way, if it closes at the lows, it's still set up for a bounce because there's a divergence there.
Oh, I thought it
if you
reset
have
something. Yeah.
Well, it would only reset if you made a new low and the RSI broke below or matched the previous lows. That would say that momentum has picked up again. But even if you had a intraday reversal, let's say you closed at the highs of today's range,
Yeah.
you would still have the divergence that you had from April through to May. So you would still have this basing profile. So the conclusion is still the same, that this is a cover short bottom fishing buy. What would change this is if you made a new low and the RSI was matching the RSI low in April.
Yeah, which
that
is
would
pretty
say
impossible,
that,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
well, nothing's impossible. If this thing gapped down and accelerated lower, that's how it could develop. But as it stands right now, if it closes here, if it closes higher, you still got a cover short bottom fishing buy.
Got it. Okay, this is awesome. That's all I need to know because this is the most important position now. Thank you. And then yeah, before we go into the other stuff, Terumo 4543.
So again,
Yeah, at the down channel,
at
right?
least at least today you're starting to get some respect of that old resistance zone. And what I mean by respect, you can see that you did
Yes.
test it at the open, and it looks like it's moving away from that.
Mm.
I mean, what I would say, that's not a high conviction, buy signal, but
Either
it is
way,
respecting that upper boundary. Probably what this is actually at the end of the day is maybe a trading range or a bigger triangle.
Yeah.
So, maybe a bit more prolonged trading range. It doesn't change the breakout that you had in November, which still has that upside target of 32.91.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Then Asahi Intech is 7747. Yeah, right beside it.
So
Crazy bunch.
here you basically testing the lows. It does look like you're getting, again, a divergence developing here. So yesterday you didn't get a closing low. Today, if you close where you are now, you would get a new closing low, but a higher RSI. So you still have this cover short bottom fishing bar setup. And
But
like I said yesterday, I mean, there is
Yeah.
risk that it can trade down to 2000, but as long as the RSI stays above those April lows, you will have a divergence. So your risk reward, does look like the downside is becoming limited. You basically
-5.
4.5%
Yep.
downside,
I see.
even if you fell down to that 2000 area.
This is like the true guy of medtech.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I would say two guys, probably the divergences are tighter and more concise. The bounce here was obviously bigger than what you got in Chugai, but it still has a divergence. So both of them are cover short bottom pushing bars.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Then 4901. There'll be 2 taps to the left of it. Left. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well behaved,
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
no change from yesterday. It's slowing upside. I mean, it is threatening the 50-day. That needs to hold. If you did break the 50-day, you basically have a trading range where 3200 support, and then you have big support at the 200-day. So it looks like a holding pattern for now. But this, unlike the other two stocks that have slowing downside momentum, this is slowing upside momentum.
Got it. Okay, that's 4. Okay, then 4502. Oh, wow.
So you've had a divergence, you've had this initial bounce to the 50-day, you're pulling back again. I mean, you're at the bottom of the trading range, you're at
Yeah.
support, and you're not getting a fresh momentum signal to the downside. So not that this is, a big base breakout, but the downside does look limited and it's trying to base out.
Okay. Got it. Then 4507. No, it's already here. It should be here. Yeah, it's just that I can't see. Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks like. Oh yeah, this could work. This one works as well. Let's do this one. Oh.
I mean, so it did have that divergence into the low, or I mean, it's trying to break its 50-day. Again, not a high conviction setup here. There's no clear base,
Mm,
but things are improving by closing above the 50-day, and
yeah,
closing
the
above
retest of that.
1605 would break you out of that downtrend channel, and then you've got a mean reversion to the 200-day, which is at
But would you
1763.
short at the dotted line if it tested there?
I'd shorted the dotted line, but I would use these highs here at 1660 as a stop level. So
Ah,
basically taking 100 yen risk.
got it. Okay, that's a stylus. Let me look for four five
Let's
zero
see if I can
seven.
pick up that other one. I'm just going to change this.
I
Yeah,
think it's on the far right.
4507, right?
Yeah, oh, you got it. Yeah.
So this looks like you broke down yesterday, trying to bounce today, but there's no divergence. So the risk is to the downside on this one.
Wow. Is there a target? Where should? Yeah.
Well, again, so like yesterday, there's two support areas. The first one being
Yeah.
the
The first
6,668 and then
6,200.
6,228. But I mean, really, there's risk that it retests the bottom end of the range, right?
Hmm. Oh, this is awesome. I'm just waiting for this. A 4523. No, sorry. Before we go there, right? Is that divergence almost forming? I thought that RSI were both almost as low. It could
Well,
end
if
up better. Yeah.
they both as low suggest that momentum's consistent.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know.
So it's not higher. So like I say, the risk is to the downside on this one.
Okay, awesome. That's all I need. Yep. Thank you. 4523.
4523. Yeah, you've had your divergence. You've had essentially that mean reversion trade to the 200-day. Momentum did confirm this high. So I would suspect that the 50-day now turns into support.
Yeah,
And you have another run up towards that 7,358 area.
I see. So a bit more patience with this. Okay.
Yep.
4578. It's Otsuka. Left. Yeah, that's the one. Left. That's the one.
So we've basically met this target. You had the 7,387 as the next target, but momentum has slowed
Hmm.
and you
Divergence
are
formed.
breaking below. Divergence is formed and you are breaking below the 50-day. So, this does look vulnerable that it can trade down to the 200-day at that 5682 area.
Oh, that's good to know. That's another shot.
Yep.
So, oh, negative. Okay. 4528. Oh no. Oh no, farmer. Oh yeah, it's at the bottom. In the middle at the bottom. That last one. Yeah.
So this has been trading lower. There
Almost.
is, you can see the last major support area
Yeah.
gained
It,
back to the 2021 lows, and you have seen a divergence develop.
hmm. Oh
So
man.
this does look like a cover short bottom fishing pie.
Oh, thankfully, I'm shorted. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you basically want to see a break below 2243 and the
In order to
RSI
reshort.
still fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the next level is 2040 basically.
Okay. This is important. I'll go cover this crap. Okay, 4507. Oh, sorry, we covered that
You
already.
didn't we look
Yeah,
at,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. 7701. Shionogi. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Shimatsu, sorry. Oh, pull back.
So we basically had a false breakout. You can see the momentum reading lower there than it was back in March. And it's rolled
Hmm.
back. It is on the 50-day. I mean, the failed breakout, I suspect that you could come back to the 200-day and the support area around the 4,000, 4,040 area.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Okay, that's good to know. Shimatsu, right? Yeah. 4565. It's so next era. Yeah,
So, I mean, we're pulling back to the lower boundary there. Um,
at
there's no
1300.
real divergence. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
real divergence to speak of. So yeah, re-look at 1300 if there is a divergence. But yeah, not a lot to do on this one.
Okay, perfect. Then Olympus 7733. This one's been defying all the odds.
I think technically, it's had one, the base here, two, the
Wow.
breakout from the trading range, three, momentum still confirming the high, and the fourth point would be that you still got 27.55 as an upside target.
Yeah, this one was your perfect call. I just cannot believe it fundamentally.
Yeah.
Okay. So but do we shot at let's say divergence forms at
Well,
27?
you got to get a divergence and yeah, some kind of further evidence. So
Yeah.
let, let,
Okay.
let's see if it gets up to 27.60, if it gives us any evidence to short it.
Got it. 6869. This max, yeah.
So, I mean, the big level is that 28.15. If you can break above that, you then basically have a base in place that would suggest that you trade back to 3,400.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's range bound. Momentum's not giving you a lot of indication what it can do here.
Yeah.
It's not showing a divergence. So because it doesn't have a divergence, there's potential that it can actually break out.
I'm hoping to short this one. Okay, don't worry. I will keep track of this.
Well, again, I mean, this is one that's because you don't have a divergence or a lot more information, but you can manufacture a trade in that you clearly
Yeah.
taking, minuscule risk, 1.8 to 2% using the upper
Yeah,
boundary
yeah.
as a stop level, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true
yeah,
as
you
well.
can manufacture something
Yes.
rather than having a clear breakdown pattern or divergence to talk about.
Okay. Then two names in this category is Samsung Biologics. It's not exactly Japan, but it's in this class. I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. Samsung Bio and CSL. What? Wow. So well behaved, huh?
Well, I mean, wedged between 200-day and 50-day, you did have a divergence between those two peaks,
Yeah.
and
They
essentially
pull
you've had
back.
lower highs. So the pressure is on the 200-day to continue to hold, because breaking below that 200-day takes you back to the bottom end of the range at 700,000.
Oh, of course. But is it likely to bounce at the 200-day?
Again, looking at where momentum is falling back to this level, the 200-day should hold, and you stay in this narrow range of 774 to 803,000.
Oh, okay. Understood. CSL? It's left, far left. Far left tab. Oh, yeah. Second row on the top. Yeah.
So this longer term range hasn't changed. The rebound that you had in the fourth quarter, the start of this year, pretty much played out. So the divergence was down here. The rally played out, the divergence into the peak, and now we're just drifting in this holding pattern. So again, 200 days acting as support.
Yeah.
It's got messy around the 50-day, but basically 290 is resistance.
Got it. Okay. Very helpful. Okay, then we're good. Maybe we go to the US side. So we start with Lily, Merck, AbbVie. Yeah.
So
So
Lily,
yeah.
I mean, the close is exactly at the
I
previous
know.
day. So it's not as if we've got any follow through, but the potential again using 20-day and 50-day as your risk level is you've
Mm,
got basically 12% upside to 890 as a target.
okay. Lily. Novo, just so I cover both together in the EU side.
So here too, it's not as if you had strong follow through, but you are holding above the upper boundary and the upside target's just over 1,003.
You can't believe what caused all these bullshit yesterday. Two fires at Novo, they lost a building in the headquarters. That caused a headline.
Goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Okay. Then as well we hear Astra, AZN, EU side, yeah, at the right in front, yeah, right beside it. And then Lonza. So I cover all the key names first.
Yeah. So again, no change on yesterday. You still got
Mm,
this upside target of basically
that 1300.
13,000.
Yeah. But momentum.
Momentum is likely to set up a divergence. So basically looking at 13,000 as your take profit area.
Got it. I'll keep that in mind. So
And Lonzo,
Lonza.
yeah, so momentum confirmed the highs back here.
Mm,
Um, you had this pullback, and again, no real sort of change around the
small
50-day, but
trading range.
also
Yeah.
just below that tight range. But because you've got that momentum peak, I expect this range should give you another chance towards that 595, 600 area.
Mm, got it. Okay. Then Merck, MRK in the US.
So holding pattern essentially and slowing upside momentum. So best case is, we just continue to consolidate here.
Mm,
So nothing's broken as far as support.
yeah.
The slowing upside is merely resulted in this trading range. So if you do get this break above 133,
Yeah.
that does
Change things,
or
right?
would
Yeah.
provide you with a new target of 144. But with slowing upside momentum, it looks like it
Unlikely
remains
to.
range bound.
Yeah. Okay. ABBV. It should be right beside Merck. Yeah. Is this a short? Yeah. Question.
No, I mean, no, because you continue
Divergence
to
there.
respect the support area. Respect the support area. You've got 200-day just below that, and you've got divergence. So,
Ah,
what would change this is actually breaking below the 200-day with a new momentum signal, and then that would be a breakdown in shortable. But as it stands right now, it's slowing down slightly.
slowing downside. Is it a buy then? That's why I'm neutral on this, right? I can
It's
go
a
both
it's
ways.
a it's a cover short bottom fishing buy. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Then Pfizer, PFE, and J&J. Yeah.
Might be on the other list. Just make sure.
Huh? Oh, it's a different tab. Yeah. I remember this different tab. Oh yeah, here it is. In the third row. Yeah. Pfizer,
Well,
J&J. Yeah, BMO.
that looks like the Roche chart, the base, the breakout. Looks like we're taking out the 200-day.
Oh my goodness. On bloody bird flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So
shocked me last night.
this
Okay.
this gives you an upside target of $32.
Ah, okay, I'll go cover this crap. Okay. Then J&J.
So again, I mean, Pfizer and Roche have those clear breakouts where J&J, it's this broad cyclical trading range.
Yep.
You have managed to close above the 50-day. The 200-day is next resistance at 155.
Yeah.
Momentum slowly rising here, but not a high conviction setup, but clearly holding the trading range, right?
But if it goes towards the 200-day, does it form the divergence to go back down again?
Well,
Potentially, right?
what it doesn't look like it'll form a divergence because if it rises to the 200-day, this RSI is likely to keep on rising.
Higher than the last base.
Well, higher than the May's level, right? So you're coming from the lows here.
Oh,
Because price is not higher than this, you can't look at this as a divergence, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
price is high. Price has to make a new high to make a divergence with
Yes,
that.
yes. That's right.
So yeah, it's unlikely. So again, can you manufacture a trade using the 200 days as stop level? Yes. Is it a high conviction setup? No.
Okay, understood. Okay, BMY.
Might be any other tag, I think.
No, it should be the Pfizer. Oh yeah, here they are. Spot right. Yeah.
So this has now hit the downside. So this trading range breakdown, the downside target was 41.91, which it's now met.
Oh,
And with it hitting that downside target, there's also the potential for this divergence now developing.
amazing.
So yeah, it's a mature downtrend now. It's more of a cover short.
Okay, BMY. Okay, Amgen. Oh, sorry, I'll start Vertex. VRTX, then Amgen. Yeah. Yeah, if you're here. Yeah.
Amgen.
Yeah, whichever.
I mean, so Amgen gapped up top of the range, been consolidating here.
Yeah.
I mean, because momentum confirmed this first high, I suspect that you have another run towards 330.
330. Yeah.
But you likely,
The form of divergence.
I'd be looking at a divergence forms there at 330, which makes that 330 as a more of a take profit level.
Yes, hopefully. Oh, I'm trying to short it.
330.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think a
VRTX.
test of 330 would be the level. So
Yeah.
BRTX, on the other hand, had that slowing downside, broke above the 50-day, and momentum still rising here.
Oh, that's good to know.
And it did close above the January highs.
Yeah.
I don't have any new measure target, but momentum's strong and it is breaking above the January highs to extend that recovery.
Okay. Oh, but you can't draw a target on this, right? There's no trading range to add on.
Yeah, there's no. Yep.
Okay.
Like, if I took the breadth of this little downtrend channel, you've already done the upside target there.
Yes. Okay. Got it. GILD.
Yeah.
GILD or Regeneron. Yeah, that's right.
So you can see we got down to 62% of the downside target. You had the slowing downside momentum as you can see marked up there. So it does look like you're trying to base out here basically. If you close above the 50-day, you've got this short-term base that basically suggests you trade back to 71 to 74. So the 200-day and the lower boundary of the old trading range.
Oh, okay. That's very unusual. I thought it was a short. Okay. REGN.
So this is quite interesting here that it's testing resistance and it does look like upside momentum slowing.
Oh, awesome. But it looks very mild.
I think from a
yeah.
Yep. I mean, but out of all of the ones on the biotech side, this probably you can use using
the safest one.
that
Yeah.
The prior highs as resistance with some evidence of slowing upside momentum as a new short.
Yeah, there are two more bullshit one coming up shorts. Biogen, BIIB, and mRNA. mRNA is the crazy one last night. Yeah. BIIB.
Also the blue, but also the bird flu beneficiary, is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's Biogen.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the right. Yeah, on the right. Yeah, above.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no divergence on the test of that 200-day. So it does look like a 50-day to 200-day type trading range.
Oh. But if we get
again,
to
you can use a 200-day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use again manufacture a trade by using the 200 days as a stop level.
But it's better to short it at a 200-day, right? Wait for it to test back, even though it's pretty shit last night. Yeah.
Yeah, look, there's no high conviction setup here. I'd be looking at the 200-day. If it can set up a divergence there, it does look more interesting or more appealing as a short candidate.
Understood. Okay, then mRNA. Yeah, here you are. Up 68% year to date.
So that was the breakout that you saw, and then obviously the
Oh,
accelerated momentum is confirming it. It's probably hit the target last night though. No, a little bit
oh,
more.
almost, yeah.
181, almost 182 is the next target.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's the target from the trading range, and then you've got these double top resistance areas here,
Oh,
which is at basically 200, 213.
very helpful. So I kind of have to leave it alone for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't short it
Okay.
yet.
Got it. Then let's go to MedTech side, ISRG.
Must be back here. Sorry.
Yeah, nah, this is the page. Oh,
And
breakout.
interestingly, it's trying to break out. Yeah. So I didn't quite get the close that you wanted.
Hmm.
So intraday, it did move above it, but there's potential if you do get follow through today that it can break out,
Hmm. I think they were waiting
and
on Nvidia. Yeah.
that'll give you
Oh,
443 as an upside target.
yeah. Okay. Got it. SYK. This one's confusing. It does everything differently every day. Up, down, up, down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it did have that slowing downside as we marked up here, and it's been trying to base out basically over
Hmm.
the past month. Um, so what you need to see now to confirm a breakout is a close above the 50-day, which is at
Yes.
340.49.
Then any upside target to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a major base. It's probably just going to be a retest of the highs. So let's just look at that.
Oh, okay.
365. So yeah, basically retesting the highs.
Okay. That's awesome. No, we can be large in this one, because it's so stable.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, BSX. So of the big three, this one is the most amazing one. Oh my goodness.
I mean, so in new highs after it gapped up,
Yeah.
RSI is still not confirming this. So
So it's a well, but
it's a take profit setup.
but it can still push higher, right? Very amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it can push up on slowing upside, but it's definitely not one that I'd be aggressively chasing.
No, I'm trying to short. Okay. So
Yep.
BDX. Yeah.
And we're still just hovering in this range.
Oh, this one like no one cares about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
People have forgotten about this one.
Yeah. Okay. So forget it. DXCM. Oh yeah, right at the top, first row, it's number three in the middle. Yeah.
So this still has pretty meaningful overhead resistance here, and
Hmm.
it has slowing upside momentum.
Oh, that's good to know.
And you've had since that slowing upside, you've broken 50-day, and the 50 days capping the upside. So this does look like ultimately some
Yeah, still
kind of trading
200 day.
range above the 200-day. So you can use a 50-day as a stop level, looking for a move down to 115.
Yeah, yeah, it's very helpful. Insulet, PODD. I'm just wondering, have you moved to your laptop or something? This looks like a different setup, so I can't really see the tabs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the format that it's in. It's just a smaller screen than
Yeah.
I normally use.
Uh,
It's just
but this one doesn't respect any of the averages. This goes left and right a bit.
no, but I mean that's no surprise when you go into a trading range like this is now. Again, it
Uh,
looks like one of the forgotten stocks, right? You got a pretty narrow range of
yeah, yeah,
almost sort of 150 to 190.
I see. So there's no news, right? Got it, got it. No conviction either way. Yeah, okay. Then
Yeah, and it's
hmm,
again, you need to see a breakout of the range really to get any directional move on this one.
got it. INSP. This one is the exciting one. 6% move last night. Basic should already from the Inspire. Yeah, that's one.
I mean, no real divergence at the lows. The next level to test is probably the old breakdown area, the old support being resistance at 175.
Hmm. Oh, sorry. It's going to test 175, so bounce back up, right? But no divergence either, right?
There's no divergence, so it looks like a bounce back to the breakdown area. If anything, I'd look at selling it there.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's unexpected. Okay. So come bottom
Yeah, I mean,
fish this
there's
one.
no other base to sort of speak of. Understanding up 6% last night, but there's no divergence, there's no base. So can
Yeah.
this snap back to the old breakdown area? And if you test and fail here, that means that there's still residual sellers at this point to cap the upside.
Yes. Okay. Understood. TMO, DHR, and IQV.
So we're back at the top end of the old range, and you've had slowing upside momentum as you've moved back to the top of the range. So,
Hmm.
610 resistance to at least remain range bound. Does look like a funding short essentially.
Okay. DHR. Oh,
So this
different.
actually broke out and it did have momentum confirm it. So this divergence that you had here that had this volatility has now been taken out with this move and the RSI at a higher level than it's been all year.
Oh,
So now you have a break above that resistance. And essentially you have the end of this trading range.
yeah.
It gets you to 283 on the
33.
upside.
That's interesting. Not following TMO. Okay.
No,
Yeah, that's good. IQV.
yes,
Yeah, left. Left. Yeah, that's the one.
yeah. So this one is basically at 200-day support. You did have your small divergence there. So it does look like 200-day holds.
Yeah.
Obviously, to get any upside momentum is a break above the 50-day.
Okay.
So it's interesting, out of those three, DHR's broken out.
Yeah.
TMO's failed at the top of the range and rolling over, and
Yeah.
IQV is basically at a
Facing out.
support area
Yeah.
at the bottom of the trading range.
Is this a buy? There's a small divergence.
Because there's a divergence, and I think you can use the 200 days risk management. That's a bottom fishing buy. Yeah, cover
Mm.
short.
This is a proxy for XBI. Okay, got it. Agilent, single A. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow, completely different, huh? I could almost
I
pair
mean,
these
again,
guys up.
you testing. This is more like TMO. You basically testing the 2023 highs, and
Yeah,
you
and
have a
divergence.
low momentum reading. Yeah,
Ah, this is good. Wow, the four of them are looking completely different. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay. That's very helpful. Then two names that are just like in the middle, right? Abbott, ABT. Yeah, ABT, MDT, and EW. Oh, it did a crazy bounce yesterday. Does it say anything? Yeah. Or does it change the trajectory?
So RSI was at 30.12. RSI was at, I mean, it's really sort of marginal. This
Yes.
RSI was like a few basis points higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the sort of minute side. The stock's essentially been range bound
Yeah.
below that sort of 113 for some time, and
Yeah.
you
Where's the lower
probably
end then?
can
Yeah.
see the bounce back to the 50-day, and you
Ah,
do have
okay. So this is a better
some
cover
support
shot.
around this.
Yeah. To come
Yes.
come back again, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So
Okay.
relook at it at 108. Maybe it even bounces to 112, but it does look like it can bounce back to 108.50.
Yes, understood. MDT.
It's a big resistance zone you can see on the chart Going back to the 22, 23,
Yes.
and 24 highs currently,
Mm.
that's running through this $88 area. I mean, in the short term, it does look like a test there because there's no real signs of slowing upside momentum.
Yes, I'm hoping to short this. So short at 88, right? Safer there.
Yeah, I think re-look at 88.
Okay. EW. This is the last US name actually. Yeah.
It's quite similar in that you've got the clear overhead resistance area.
Yeah.
And momentum still rising. So it does look like a test that $95 area and then reassess.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Sorry, I saw STVN, a liquid name, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Yeah, that's the one. Ooh, but no divergence.
I mean, it needs to bounce to set up a divergence. So yeah, if you get the bounce tonight, you should get a divergence developing.
Okay, this is
So,
good to know.
not one I'd add to shorts here. If anything, if you get the bounce, I'd be covering short.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, one key name. UNH, I forgot. Is it anywhere? Let's use the bellwether. Oh yeah, here. It's in this page for sure.
So, I mean, again, should retest the highs at 544 and then look for a divergence.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Then in Europe, GSK.
So you've met the upside target. There's no divergence. So, definitely potential that this can extend to the upside.
Oh my goodness. Wow, it's one of the best performing then. I was hoping to short it. Can't, right?
Well, I mean, I think you've got to wait for a divergence to develop.
Yeah.
1800 was the upside target. It pretty much tagged that. Probably
Without a
can go a little bit
divergence.
further.
Yeah. This is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been long.
Yeah.
Okay. ROG. Yeah, that's the one.
So anyway,
Oh,
pulling back a bit, but momentum here confirmed the move since those lows. So as long as you hold above the 50-day, like Pfizer, you've got this double bottom pattern that can work its way higher.
so I should leave it alone. Okay, got it. NOVN.
Yeah. So still working its way, there's two targets that we're looking at. The first being basically 96, 97,
Yeah, yeah.
and
But
the second being essentially at 100.
but does it inform the divergence? I see that there's a higher RSI at the start of the year. Oh, but it's
Yeah, I mean, they definitely the RSI there was 79, and the RSI here is at 72. So that is slowing upside.
hmm.
So maybe not something to chase, but the trading range breakout still gets you closer to that 100 area.
Oh, okay.
So
It's potential shot at the
like
100. Yeah,
yeah, I think so. I think while it might be slow moving,
yeah.
I'd give it a bit of leeway to see if it tests at 100 before shorting it.
Got it. SANFP.
So another forgotten name stuck between 83 and 96.
Yeah, this is my funding shot. So nothing to do there, right? Yeah, it's stable.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Okay. MRKGY. This is the Merck of Germany. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Broken out. Momentum's
Oh,
confirmed it. So basically get an upside target here of just over 200.
wow. Okay, it did by stealth. Okay, so there was a big move up. I should have caught it that day. Okay. Then got it. Okay. SRT3. Funny, these are peers. They don't really care about each other. Left left of Lonza on the far left of the page. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. These are peers. These are
So, I mean, you're testing the lows. Let's see if where the close is.
mm,
So the close is at the lows. The RSI is still higher. So you're looking for some stability here in an attempt to bounce.
yeah, that's exactly. This is one of my best ideas. Okay, got it. AF sorry, FME. FME first.
फ्लैट आ गया ना बाएगा इस साल की डाउन आया इस साल फुल ईयर का क्या एक्चुअली पीएस है
Yeah, so got to the top of the range, momentum slowing. So this remains range bound and pulling back within that range.
Yeah, that's exactly. So I'm shorted. Okay, ALC. Oh, far right. Yeah. ALC and then VIL.
ALC is
Oh,
broken
breakout.
out. You know, momentum isn't quite at the same level, but it is still rising. So I think you've got to give benefit of doubt.
Yeah. Oh my
You're basically
goodness.
looking at 91 to 92.
Yeah. Okay. Then ZEAL. ZEAL just left page, left of this tab.
So no, I mean, momentum's confirmed this high. It's pulled back. As long as you can hold above this 570 area, I would suspect that it retests the highs at 750.
Okay. Oh, sorry, last one. SHL. Two tabs to the left. Yeah. To the left of this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
A broader range. I mean, it has actually improved a bit from where we looked at previously, because there was a risk that you're making lower highs. Yesterday's move has taken back the 50-day. So potentially we trade back to the top of the range, but you know, it doesn't change that broader cyclical range and resistance at 56 to 57.
Wow, this is the first one to reset a top, a shoulder. Okay. Thank you so much, Lawrence. This is very, very, really
No
helpful.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
No
Take
worries.
care. Have a good
Have a
one.
good one.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.